It was TC minus 80. 80 years before the trial's century. Humankind had abandoned the comfort of a familiar world in order to attempt life on EDN-3. As emigration to the New World progressed, facilities were constructed to handle the growing population, and colonization appeared to be successful.
Platoon A has secured point B. Let's move out. We'll hold this position for now. Stay on your toes. Roger. Roger that.
What's that? What? Fire! We've run into some trouble. This is bad.
With the expansion of the colony, humanity encountered a new alien life form. Known as the Acrid, they were immediately identified as a hostile presence. The humans had no weapons with which to repel Acrid aggression, and were forced to retreat from their new home.
Gotta hold them off. We'll do what we can. Ready. Surround that one. Eat this.
While fleeing from the enigmatic menace, the humans discovered the precious thermal energy lying within the very bodies of the Acrid. It was a powerful new energy source. Suddenly, humankind was determined to fight.
Charge! You want some of this? Damn you sons of bitches!
The humans developed a weapon capable of fighting back against the Acrid Scourge, the Vital Suit, or VS. With VS technology, humanity has returned to EDN-3, and the great colonization experiment has resumed.
Sorry I was late.
Better late than never.
Gale. We've got Acrid over here. Commencing attack. Roger that.
All right. So this is going to be another nostalgic rewind. Honestly, I mean, obviously it's like a typical thing to do, but man, thanks to really Steam, there's a lot of old games that I used to have for my Xbox 360, which I unfortunately sold. It was at a time where I needed money. I used to have like 300 games, sold them all. I got an Xbox 360, but I currently only have like 5 games, and so one of the original games I had gotten on the Xbox 360 was Lost Planet, and of course Lost Planet 2, and eventually 3. But this is strange, you know, because I don't know if this is like a game series that everyone is super familiar with. Obviously because it's like a more Japanese catered game, at least in my opinion. I do feel like, well, you know what, Monster Hunter did real well in America, so this should be universal for everybody. There's just the mech parts where, in my opinion, it just feels kind of out of place, especially the last mission of the game, where you're like, okay, this is like full-on mech anime Gundam shit, which is not a problem. I love that stuff. It's just a little weird to see it in a game where you're one guy fighting off giant aliens in the snow and pirates. But oh my god, damn dude, still yawning. But I'm gonna say it right now, I like Lost Planet 2 more than I like the first one. I feel like the story in this is so cliche. The characters' dialogue is pretty atrocious, pretty awful. There's a lot of gameplay mechanics which overall plays the same in 2, but they fix some things where in this game it just annoys you. And I should have some footage of it where it's like your VS, your vital suit, which is the mech, blows up, and then you're surrounded by people who just constantly, because you can't sprint. As fast as I'm walking right here, that's as fast as you're going. So, and you can't dodge roll, and so you're being shot at by multiple people, rocket launchers, everything, and your guy constantly just gets, blown up, and he falls to the ground. The moment he gets up, it's like an endless cycle. I was like, okay. And to be fair, coming out in 2006, I mean, there's some games from 2006, 2007 that work better mechanically, so, but, yeah, Lost Planet, made from Capcom, as you'll see. I mean, in my opinion, once again, it plays kind of like Monster Hunter, even Monster Hunter World a little bit, but the premise of the game is basically, there's a frozen planet called Eden 3, or I guess Eden 3, and basically there's an alien race that lives there, just creatures, which basically, because it's so cold that no normal human could live there, but the blood in these creatures are basically this thermal energy, and they found a way to use it to keep you alive basically in the snow. And as you'll see in the top left hand corner, your thermal energy counts down. If it runs out to 0, you're dead, basically. Your thermal energy uses quicker if you're in a VS, a vital suit. It also, if your life goes down where you should be dead, it'll recharge. But there's boss fights where even while it's recharging, they'll hit you hard enough where you die. So it's a neat aspect, for sure. I do like the aspect. I like the design, obviously. I love the way the snow pirates, Nevik, the bad guys, how they look. All that. I love the atmosphere. I like what they've built up. I like the snowy landscape. As you'll see here, you're basically, from the back, it literally looks like a Gundam, but it has really no head. It's your vital suit. It's like, this one is the model that basically your character used back in the day. And it's cool, but as you'll see, oh man, especially this map right here where you fight the Green Eye, it feels like a map from Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3. Every time I play this map, I'm just like, oh my god, I can't stop thinking about that. But overall, back to the game, I don't hate this game. I do enjoy it. It's just, it's kind of a slog. With games like this where I feel like the gameplay is so bland, I like it when the at least the story kind of keeps you compelled. But I had kind of wished they did more with the main character and his dad, because his dad seems way cooler than him. And yeah, I know you get to see Gale, his dad, in Lost Planet 3, but it's like he's like a teenager, basically, young adult. But just the story, and I didn't really want to show any clips too much of the story, just because spoilers, whatever. But it's, I can understand. I don't know if this, what Capcom was thinking. I'm just speaking from my mind. I have no, obviously, proof of anything, but I get this weird feeling like they were trying to make the story for a Western audience, but wasn't entirely really aware of the realm of what people want. Because it almost seems cliche, like anime-ish at times. And I'll tell you, all the characters look very anime-ish. I know the main character, Wayne, his face was modeled after some Korean guy, I think. But you have like your central characters. The girl, pink hair, looks kind of like lightning, you know, from Final Fantasy 13, which I know this came first, but just the idea of like that pink hair, like anime girl, you know, with her tits hanging out basically, because everybody in this game is wearing their thermal energy suit with where it looks like they have like glowing veins over like a black shirt that goes all the way to their neck, except for this girl who's got her, you know, boobs hanging out. So I was like, what is going on? Like, this is a little unrealistic. Sorry, my cat is meowing for me. But obviously that's more of like a nitpick where I'm just like, you know, kind of makes me sound like a hater. But something in this game also that to me is a con is you have a mildly big weapon selection choice, but you basically just can stick with the assault rifle for the whole game because you get so much assault rifle ammo. You can shoot so much before you have to reload. And since everything's constantly moving everywhere, it's easier to obviously waste bullets with a assault rifle than constantly trying to aim and hit with like a shotgun or a rifle, because in this game you can't iron sight, you can just zoom in, and it's very strange. It's interesting.
That's the same as the one Wayne has.
As you'll see here, cliche anime villains and stuff. God, I just feel like I'm just hating on it so bad. I'm not trying to. It's a good game, for sure, but I think it's more of a one and done. And see, Nevik, I love the designs of like that. Their helmets weirdly reminds me of Dead Space a little bit. And yes, the cliche, you killed my dad. But yeah, going back to weapons. You can hold 2 weapons, which kind of sucks. It'd be nice to have, you know, have your typical pistol or whatever small handheld firearm, and then 2 primary firearms like a shotgun and a rifle or assault rifle, whatever. The shotgun, obviously OP. The rifle, real nice. I like it. It's just you use an assault rifle because, I mean, it's just the way to go, because it's the same with the vital suits too. On my vital suit you can get laser weapons, rocket launcher, shotgun, and I was just trying to, you know, test it out. And it's like every enemy was just giving me trouble with, not giving me trouble, but I just felt like, me personally, I was having a harder time with certain bosses hitting their orange spots. And then you equip your vital suit with 2 Gatling guns, and it's like bam, 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 boss is done. And you keep doing it, and then you start noticing like, oh, I can literally just use the same weapons the whole game. But then what happens is you're just sitting here playing the game, holding right trigger the whole time. That's it. And I like the grappling mechanic because basically you can grapple to reach higher distances, but you would think you could use the grapple to grapple weapons at enemies' hands, grapple items that are a little bit far away, because what happens is you go out to grab a weapon, get rocket launch, missiled, your guy flips around, takes him 10 seconds to get off the ground, and then you keep trying to pick up this goddamn weapon, and then you get hit again. So minor nitpicks again, of course. But on a plus side, I guess, even though I kind of viewed it as a negative, on the plus side, I guess it's overall an easy game for everyone. Like, you don't have to feel like, oh my god, this is like not my kind of, the gameplay is too weird, this isn't my kind of game. I think anybody could really just pick this game up and be like, oh, these are the controls? Cool, okay. You know, just walk around, shoot aliens. It's like, okay, you got a simple plot. And see, as you'll see here, you can scope with the rifle. I mean, there's really no recoil, so you can get headshots insanely fast. And I need to revisit Lost Planet 3 because I haven't played it in a bit. I do remember not really liking it because it felt like a generic third-person shooter. But I would have liked the idea of third-person shooter style like Lost Planet 3, but more agility, mobility that Lost Planet 1 and 2 have. Oh man, I apologize, my cat will not stop meowing. That's what happens when you get a new kitten. Oh, nope. But yeah, you know, it was nice revisiting Lost Planet. Do I recommend it? If you can find it for, you know, obviously the $5 or something, do it. I would not be paying like $15 for this, especially with how old it is. 2006. Oh my god, that's a long time ago. Jesus, time flies, man. But yeah, I think this is geared towards more of like the sci-fi anime crowd, you know, like Neon Genesis, Gundam, that kind of thing. Because I mean, looking at this boss right here, it feels like something from hell, even Ultraman, stuff like that. So big anime vibes. Play it if you want, play it if you don't want to. I know I basically have spent the whole video basically saying that this game is not fun. It is fun as a one-time playthrough game. I really see no replay value. There's no New Game Plus. There's really nothing. So, it's more for just the experience. And honestly, a lot of this for me feels like it was nostalgia. Because replaying it, it's fun. But then you're kind of like, oh, maybe it's just because I played it when I was younger. Which I'm willing to admit, so. But Lost Planet 2, oh man. I love that. That was one of those games back in the day when I was in like 8th grade, middle school. Man, we'd be couch co-op. Sorry, just co-op. I'm thinking about something else. Lost Planet 2 and Gears of War 2 co-op on that. Oh, brings back memories. And I would like to get Lost Planet 2 on Steam, but I've been reading the reviews and it sounds like you got to jump through many hoops to get it to work. So I'd rather just get it for the 360 and play it. Sucks that I can't really record footage on a 360. I don't have all the correct things at the moment. But yeah, I guess that's going to be it. You know? Third person sci-fi shooter. It's interesting concept. Execution, pretty well done. Gameplay is a little wonky, but doable. Story is okay. Characters are alright. So, generic, but fun. So, that's going to be it for me. Enjoy the rest of the video. Thanks for watching.